In this video, we are going to discuss about how you are configuring OSPF in area wise. So, how this configuring OSPF in the area wise, we see with the area 0 here. So, in area 0, if you observe, router B has one interface in area 0, while router C has two interfaces in area 0. So, the best way to configure them is to use the wildcard mask 0.0.0.0 and with the interfaces addresses here. So, you see the configuration here, the router B which is in configuration, we enter the syntax router OSPF 1. So, it will enter into the router configuration mode, then you have to type network 192.168.3.0 with the white mask as 0.0.0.0 and give the area code or area number as area 0. The same with router C, we have to configure for two interfaces. So, you see router OSPF 1, it will take you to the router configuration, enter the network number with wildcard mask and area number. The same way with the other interface IP address network number and the wildcard mask and area number. So, if you observe that 3.0 and 4.0 cannot be configured as a single block because after 3 it comes 4, but after 4 it comes 5. 5 means it cannot come below 8 and above 4. So, you can't use block of 2 or 4, so that you can only use block 8 for 5.0 which is in area 2. So, we have to use two statement with mask of 0.0.0 here. So, this is the configuration of area 0 for the interfaces of router B and router C. So, coming to area 1, you see area 0 has been configured. So, coming to area 1 now, router A has two interfaces in area 1 and router B has one interface in that area. So, area 1 has two interfaces from router A and one interface from router B here. You see router A, we again enter router OSPF 1, it will take you to the router configuration, and in router configuration you have to enter network number, wildcard mask and area name. So, the same way router A which has two interfaces are configured in the same way, and router B also is configured with the network address and the wildcard mask here. So, if you notice router A network number of 0.0.0 is used because you see here the wildcard is given as 255.255.255.255. So, you have to match with the wildcard mask. So, this mask essentially means that networks which use or can be used on router A, since both the interfaces belong to one serial port. So, since there is one serial port, that we uses this 0.0.0 network because as router A has two interfaces which are on the same serial interface here. So, this is about configuration wise in the area 1. Coming to area 2 here, the final area spans across 4 routers. So, the 4 routers D, C, E and F, you see here all interfaces of router D, E and F belong to the area 2 which have every 2 interfaces in area 2. So, we configure router OSPF 1 on router C with area 2, router D with area 2 and router E and F also are configured in the same way by giving network number wildcard mask in each and every interface here. So, if you observe this, the configuration, notice that 3 different ways wildcard can be used on router D, E and F. So, 3 different ways we used here. So, when you come to router D here, you see the network number is given 0.0.0.0 and wildcard mask with the area number because as we discussed they come on the two interfaces come on the same serial interface here. So, coming to router E here, router E, if you enter the 5.5 network number, we use the wildcard mask as 0.0.0. The same way with router F here. So, the OSPF configuration is complete and you have to look at now how the routing table on each router verify the configuration. So, the routing table will be updated with the information about the routers and the interfaces configured with the routing information. So, we will be discussing about this routing information and also the influence of the DR which is the designated router and the alternate designated router also will be discussing in the next videos.